Hey everyone, Justin here, on my face. So for those who are frustrated by my cancellations of the next shows, I'm just physically, obviously not capable of doing them. This is pretty serious, as you can see. I wish this wasn't the case. But obviously my body's telling me I gotta slow down, and I hope you guys understand, and I'll be using this time to just rest and relax and get back to 100% so that I can do what I was born to do.
Justin Bieber canceled his next shows because of Ramsay Hunt syndrome. People are concerned by Justin Bieber's announcement of event cancellations, as well as the disease he is battling, with the hopes he recovers quickly.
As you can see, this eye is not blinking. I can't smile on this side of my face. This nostril will not move. So there's full paralysis in this side of my face.
He didn't declare a precise period to limit the excursions, therefore the disease must be too much for him to handle. Furthermore, his wife Hailey Bieber has recovered from a massive incident. After all, they work so hard on their goals every day.
They did some scans and they were able to see that I had suffered a small blood clot to my brain. Basically, it's like having a mini stroke.
It appears that the Bieber couple needs to take some time off and focus on their physical health. In this video, we will discuss their illnesses and how they are attempting to cope with the circumstance. Justin announced on Friday that he is suffering from an extremely uncommon disease called Ramsay Hunt syndrome, and that it is currently hurting his health during an Instagram video. The condition develops when the shingles virus attacks the facial nerves, thereby shutting down half of a person's face. It's no mystery that the physical and emotional suffering it creates is undescribable. Justin demonstrated in the video, it is from this virus that attacks the nerve in my ear and my facial nerves and has caused my face to have paralysis. As you can see, this eye is not blinking. I can't smile on this side of my face. This nostril will not move. So there's full paralysis on this side of my face. The singer attempted to blink his eyes, grin, and move different areas of his face, but he was clearly experiencing difficulties. Justin then revealed the facial workouts he's been doing to recover from the sickness, but it's clear how challenging it must be for the artist. He went on to say, so for those who are frustrated by my cancellations of the next shows, I'm just physically obviously not able of doing them. This is pretty serious, as you can see. I wish this wasn't the case, but obviously my body is telling me I gotta slow down. I hope you guys understand, and I'll be using this time to just rest and relax and get back to 100% so I could do what I was born to. But in the meantime, this ain't it. We don't know how much time it is going to be, but it's going to be okay. I have hope and I trust God. I trust it is all for a reason. I'm not sure what that is right now, but in the meantime, I am going to rest. Despite their disappointment at the postponement of the gigs, fans flooded social media with messages of support for their beloved performer. One of them sent out a tweet saying, "Although I am extremely bummed out about the cancellation of Justin Bieber tour due to having tickets for next week, I do hope and pray he gets better. I hope he gets to 100%. I hope he comes back better than 100%. Those who know me know I am a huge fan." However, Bieber has canceled his shows in Washington, D.C., Toronto, and New York as a result of the incident. As a consequence, we conducted extensive research to determine why people are impacted by this illness. According to the National Organization for Rare Diseases, almost 5 persons out of every 100,000 people in the United States get this syndrome each year. Anyone with a weakened immune system or who has previously had chickenpox can be impacted by this illness. Also, when the people improve in a few weeks from this illness, we hope Bieber recovers quickly. Of course, considering many have been waiting for the show since before COVID-19 arrived and canceled every single event, some fans have expressed their displeasure with the singer for not alerting them about it sooner. According to some of them, they had come a significant distance to attend this event and had been waiting for it since 2020. But what are your thoughts on the subject? Should Justin still perform in their event? Even if the people will receive their money back, some are still dissatisfied. But no matter what, Justin's future shows will compensate for this one. But this wasn't the only time Justin had to deal with adversity. When Justice was speaking to his followers about racism and injustice 2 weeks ago during a performance in Mexico as part of his world tour, he was observed crying. It was in response to a school shooting in Texas at the time, in which an 18-year-old boy walked into the building and started firing on anyone he could see. In this tragedy, 19 children and 2 teachers were killed. According to the news, cops waited 45 minutes before entering the school and shooting the boy. However, the shooter did not stop at anything, instead injuring 2 officers in the crossfire. According to reports, a 9-year-old girl pretended to be dead and wait for help while coating herself with her friend's blood. The son's mother came up and begged everyone's forgiveness. Talking about this incident, Justin shared, "Everybody is equal in this world. There's a lot of division and a lot of racial injustice, but we get to be the difference makers. We get to stand together and unite and celebrate amongst one another because we are all the same." The person presents on the stage translated Justin's words into Mexican, and the crowd roared with acceptance.
You know, as we know, there's been tragedy in the city, but what we're gonna do tonight is we're gonna honor those people. And I would love if we could just take a moment of silence.
Justin ended his message while saying, "We are in this together and I love you so much." Despite the fact that Justin was in tears at the time, he exuded a sense of optimism for the future rather than despair. Justin later uploaded the actual statement on his Instagram account with his 237 million followers later that day, captioning it, "Tears fill my eyes with hope for humanity." Next, he shared a video clip of his speech from that night, saying, "This tour is about unity and acceptance." Justin has spoken about such occurrences more than once. In fact, during a gun shooting at one of Buffalo's schools, he took a moment of silence before one of his performances in honor of the 10 people who were injured by the insane shooter. He said, "As you most likely are aware, there's been misfortune in the city. However, what we will do this evening is we will respect those individuals, and I would cherish if we could simply pause for a minute of quiet." At that time, he also shared his videos of racism and the division. He remarked, "We become individuals who keep on having the discussions with our companions and our families and our friends and family, who keep on being partners." Bieber's fans are also praising him for standing up and demanding justice while recognizing global inequality. Now, it's not just Justin who is suffering from physical stress. His wife recently underwent a major procedure. The model posted a video to YouTube detailing her ordeal, one of the scariest moments I've ever been through, and how much it scared her. Also, according to the Instagram story shared by Haley, the doctor found a very small blood clot to my brain. According to the physicians, Haley suffered from a TIA, transient ischemic attack, which was caused by a blood clot in her brain. Haley described how she traveled to UCLA to look for a PFO and receive in-depth testing, and how she was fortunate. She explained the term PFA saying, "A flap between the right and left chambers of the heart. It usually closes up shortly after the birth, but hers didn't." Doctors couldn't figure out how the blood clot got there, but they assumed the whole health condition was due to her being positive from COVID-19 and long-haul flights to Paris. But as a migraine sufferer, she was on birth control at the time, and this may have had a role in her symptom of a mini stroke. Haley explained, "They found that I had a grade 5, which is the highest grade you can have. Mine was fairly large. What typically happens is the heart will filter the blood clot to the lungs, and the lungs will absorb it because they're so big and they can handle it." She reportedly revealed that she had stroke-like symptoms that racked her body one morning while eating breakfast with Justin. She felt a sensation from her shoulder to her palms, as she had stated previously. As a result, Justin called an ambulance and she was transported to a hospital in Palm Springs, California. Fortunately, her body dealt with the problem on its own, and she was totally recovered in a matter of hours. She mentioned that she was at home at the time and expressed gratitude to the doctors for the treatment. Justin also stepped forward to show his support for Haley by posting an Instagram photo of her, captioning, "Can't keep this one down." He even shared a video on Instagram saying, "Most of you probably know or have seen the news about my wife, but she's okay, she's good, she's strong, but it's been scary, you know, it's been really scary. But I know for a fact that God has her in the palm of his hands and it's a good thing." One of the fans commented, "When Haley Bieber got a blood clot and mini stroke, my heart broke and I really couldn't believe it. But when I seen Justin's video last night, it really hit home. This is real, this is truly happening, and I don't think I've ever felt so crushed. This is real. When do you think we'll hear about Justin's next show news?"